Hi everyone, my name's Tam. I am speaking to two fantastic people, Josh and Marcus. They are both with the Bendigo Startup Meetup, and they are organising a pretty cool meetup for this August for startups. So, Josh, tell me about who you are and who you work with and what you're into.
Yeah, so my name's Josh. I work for a local software development company called Clear Dynamics. I'm a cloud architect and there do a bunch of stuff with them. So I do that 3 days a week, and also the other 2 days look after family, involved in community space at the old church on the hill. So yeah, and keen to get involved in the startup space. I've been in that space for a while, in the technology startup. So I did my MBA a couple of years ago, and yeah.
Wow. Cloud architect, I love it. Hey Marcus.
Hi Tam.
And tell me about what you get into.
I get into a fair few things. So I'm a software developer. Been working in Bendigo for 5 or 6 years doing that, and also run the co-working space Possumworks, which is a bit empty at the moment, but that's these times. And I've also been helping run a software developer meetup once a month, which we'd been running up until sort of April, May this year.
Yeah. So that's really cool. I've heard lots of good things about the software developers meetup in Bendigo, and it's pretty exciting what you've got planned to do this August for our meetup. Tell me a bit about what you're going to do.
Yeah, so I was thinking that we could do something where if we've got some local people who are thinking of starting up a tech company, or at a stage where they want to have something developed, I thought it'd be a good opportunity to get the two groups together to have the founders of the startups to come and present their ideas, and potentially have the tech people come up with a couple of solutions that or ways that they could get that developed, hopefully quickly and easily. So one thing I find in my business is often people come and say, I need an app, but when you actually sit down and talk to them about it, they don't necessarily need an app. There's plenty of other cheaper, quicker options that they could use to get something developed and start testing their idea. So.
I have got lots of questions for you. So, so you're trying to match developers to founders. What sort of things could founders potentially be asking for? I mean, I've got an idea that I would like to put together. That what do you reckon, Josh? What sort of solutions do you think potentially could be applicable?
I think anything really. I think, as Marcus said, often people think that technology has to be really hard and complicated, but there's some really good options out there that are really cost effective and help you to, I guess, go with that minimum viable product, as they say, to kind of test some assumptions you have before you go big. Maybe down the track, kind of developing an app, or spending $100,000 on that kind of thing is or more is worth it once you kind of know what your market is, once you've tested some of those assumptions that you have. Maybe starting small with some simple solutions that are out there. And Marcus, I think, is going to show some of those kind of low code or no code things that are around the place. So
that sounds cool. I mean, I have got an idea where I'd like to set up a sort of network of people that are using apps, say, to create newsletters, like email newsletters, and instead of, well, I guess they kind of redo it, but just like people sharing the ideas of how to like engage and get better reach with their newsletters. And I was thinking maybe, I don't know, somehow people put their questions or ideas in and then they're kind of matched together somehow. Is that possible? How could I do that? Is that something I could just put together myself?
Yeah, probably. Just create a Facebook group or something for that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other thing is there's a lot of, the first thing when, in my business as a software development company, the first thing I always ask people is, have you looked at and or tried off-the-shelf packages? Because there's so many off-the-shelf packages that you can try out, and until you've had a look at those and exhausted them, really, that's a much cheaper option than having something custom developed for yourself. So.
Mm-hmm. So how are people going to like get matched with developers, or have an opportunity to ask a question like I did, and I could tell that you both really loved my idea?
Well, we've put together a little form that we get people to fill out before the meetup, which is the 27th. And I think probably the easiest way is if we take those, if we get some good things come through on that form, if we can put those to the software developers before the meeting, then perhaps we can just present a couple of what the problem was, what people were wanting, and what the sort of suggestions were that came out of the software developers group. So
cool. That sounds pretty good. Are there lots of developers in Bendigo? Really? Where are they?
They all work for Clear Dynamics. There's quite a few. We were getting sort of, around about 20 to each meetup. It was a monthly meetup we were running. So, and that's, there's more than that around. But yeah, no, it's a good little community, and So, and it's quite varied, the different technology stacks and the different industries that people work in around Bendigo as developers. It's quite varied. So
yeah, have you both at all got a vision for the development community and the startup community here in our region? Like, what are you hoping might like sort of evolve out of people meeting? Give me with the big vision.
Yeah. There's been a few things in the technology space in Bendigo. We've had some like hackathon type stuff for the non-for-profit. So we've done like ROC, which is Random Hacks of Kindness for. There you go. Marcus has.
I've got the T-shirt on.
Got the T-shirt. And we've done some good things around the place for that. So, and there's a real keenness, I think, from the software developers to do those kind of things, to help out and to collaborate in different ways to what they might do at their workplace. And so I think, given that, I guess, there's a few things where we are at the moment in our space of, COVID and needing to work from home and maybe not having the connection that we did, trying to connect people between, and technology being, I guess, one of the ways to break out of that, with ideas from startups about, maybe they've done things in a particular way in the past, and that's no longer viable because of where we're at. So they need to pivot, change direction, pick up new things, open new markets online or whatever it might be. And there's a kind of whole field of people there to be tapped into, to help out with those ideas and nut things out that are, yeah.
Cool. Well, I look forward to meeting some you people have got some awesome skills and ideas. I thrive off those opportunities to collaborate and learn new things. What about you, Marcus? I know you have invested a lot personally into together. You've set up a space that supports our tech community. You, made a startup meetup happen for programmers. Like, what are you working towards? What do you make happen?
I guess for me, a lot of that's been, I work for myself and do software development for clients and things, but I just like having other technical people around just to bounce ideas off and that sort of thing, and also to we'll share new tools and products that we find. At one point in PossumWorks, sort of 6 months or so ago, we had 3 or 4 software developers in there, all working for different companies on different platforms, that sort of thing. But every now and again, one of us had hit a problem, and we'd all sort of sit together and try and come up with solutions for it. So that sort of thing, being able to have that sort of community around. I mean, it's a bit different now because everyone's remote, but that sort of thing is great when you're a small business and you're working either with yourself or there's just only a couple of you. You don't have the day-to-day people just sitting at the next desk that you can nut out ideas with. So
yeah, I really miss that too in my co-working space. It was great just to yell across the room.
yeah.
But thank you so much both for your time, and looking forward to going to the startup. I think it's on the 27th, but I'll pop the link in there, and I'll pop up a link to people to submit their ideas. And thank you for everything you're making happen. I love it.
All right. Thanks, Tam. Thanks to you.
Thanks, Tam.